Hi everybody, welcome to our kitchen. I'm Abigail.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Elijah. Today we're going to be making cornbread.
Southern skillet cornbread.
Yes. And so this is a really yummy side dish to go well with your collards and black-eyed peas and any other meal that's Southern. And it's really easy and fun to make. So for our Southern skillet cornbread, our ingredients are cornmeal, of course, and flour, and salt, and baking soda, and baking powder. And then we also have buttermilk and eggs, and oil, peanut oil. You can use another kind of oil like olive oil if you want.
Or even bacon grease is
or
delicious.
even coconut oil. Just really any oil except butter.
Right. You want something with a high smoke point though. So butter probably wouldn't work very well because it will smoke. So our first step is to get our skillet heating. So we have our oven on 450, and this really, you need to make this in a cast iron skillet. The bottom will be crispy and the edges, the middle will be moist and flaky.
No, it will be flaky.
Okay. So we're putting in a half a cup of oil, and then we're using
I'm going
oil.
to spread this around. We're gonna stick this in the oven, preheated to 450 degrees.
So I and Elijah together will put together the dry ingredients. So Elijah, you can put in the cornmeal. We are doing 1 3/4 cups of cornmeal. So Elijah can just dump that in.
Bloop.
And I will measure out the flour. I'm gonna need to use this. We're only doing 3/4 of a cup of flour. When you're measuring flour, you always need to spoon it in if you're not doing it by weight, and we usually don't weigh it. But you want to spoon it in so that it doesn't get packed down, and then scrape it off the top. That way it doesn't
it's
stick
fluffy
together and compact, and so that you get an accurate measurement. So that's the flour, and Elijah, you can add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So this is baking powder, and then we're gonna do baking soda.
That's baking powder.
We have just put in 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and Abigail's gonna put in salt.
Okay, so this little scoop is 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and so we're going to put in 5 of these.
Yes, and I'm going to do 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. I'm just gonna do a scant teaspoon, so you can probably look at that and say that's about 3/4 of a teaspoon. It's not super important, just around there. And those are all of the dry ingredients, so we can move these aside and get started on the wet ingredients. So this is buttermilk from our cultured butter that we made a few days ago, and these are 2 eggs from our chicken. So Elijah, you can crack that in, and we're just going to do, oh, look at that yolk. Really, the best yolks come from free range chicken. Could you grab a 2-cup glass measuring cup? We're gonna put in 1 1/4 cups of fresh buttermilk.
And I'm just stirring these dry ingredients together with a whisk.
You can use any kind of whisk, but we like to use our Danish dough whisk that we got because it's just fun and cool and we like it. And it works pretty well.
Yeah.
So that's nice and mixed in. The oven is almost there. Awesome. And I can whisk up the egg. And we want to whisk it so that we can break up the egg white. And we're gonna measure. Elijah, tell me when it's to 1 1/4 cups. So you have to look at it pretty much straight on in order to tell. There. And you can just pour that in, and you can start whisking that up. So you can whisk that. Let me go check the oven.
You can go ahead and pour it into here. And I can whisk that up. So you do not want to over whisk this.
Okay, so the oven just finished preheating, and so the oil is nice and hot and shimmery. Elijah, would you get out of the way so I don't burn you? Yes. And we don't mix up, we just mixed up the dry and wet ingredients right before we poured about half of this oil in.
And it's sizzling. That's
about half.
Good.
So
We're
she's
just going to
gonna
stir
work
it
in
12,
really fast.
3,
Yes, 12 strokes.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Okay,
Okay,
and then
so
you can
now
just
we're
pour
just
this
going
in
to pour
on
it
top of the rest of the oil.
in.
And Elijah, would you check how long to cook it for? On the recipe. And then I'll just use a spatula to help get all of it out.
And then we're going to spread it out as much as possible.
And you can see it's already kind of frying. It's so amazing.
18 to 20 minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna set an 18-minute timer, and we'll come back when it's all ready. Okay, so our cornbread just came out of the oven. It looks beautiful and golden, and Abigail's gonna cut a slice for us.
All right.
We gotta try some with some butter and see how it tastes.
Remember, always use a hot pad. This is very hot coming out of the oven. So I'm just going to do that, and
Yep, that looks like a great piece. And I'll put some butter on there. I'm just gonna get. And you can see how it just melts in. This is our favorite thing. Oh, this is so good. I want some more. I'll finish it off. The camera guy.
thank you.
Okay, there you go. And just like that, it's all gone.
Yummy. So there you have it. Cornbread. Very
Thanks for
easy,
watching.
very fun.
Um,
Delicious.
You can like us. You can subscribe to our channel. You can go to thecookingfamily.com for more videos and things like this. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget, your family can cook and enjoy great meals together.
Bye.